This is the bag for this line, and this is not correct. This is some other kind of hose. So they pulled the right part number based on what it said. The part on the inside is not correct. So they're... All right, that wasn't too bad. I was expecting a lot worse. Let's talk about this wrench set. All right, we are back here again with Old Red. And what we're going to be doing today is a follow-up to our last video where we have some new parts and some new brake pads and everything to just finish up all of the work that we have to do here. One of the things I complained about in that last video was, really about not having some ratcheting wrenches. So I went out and got myself some gear wrench ones. I think they'll be pretty good. I'm going to try and use them to do this job here, and we'll see how they work and if I like them. I think the first thing to do is to get started on these brake pads. Let's see if we can compress these pistons, get them moving. Might have worked a little. I think these caliper bolts are 15s. No, they're 14s. Let's get a little helper in here. There we go. Crack that loose. Let's see if this lower one gives us trouble. Nope. And I didn't do a very good job tightening down this banjo bolt, so it has been slowly dripping because I did check it to see what the size on it was. So let's pull this off. And let's check out these pads. Yeah, they were pretty done. All right, and I know these caliper bracket bolts are definitely going to be a 15. I think we need a little help on that one too. That's not the right way. No, that's the wrong way. There we go. Gotta be careful, I did pinch my finger a little bit using these wrenches. It's not the wrench's fault though. So, just a little hardware. Alright, and this isn't too dirty, luckily. Let's do a little cleaning. Okay, this could use some more lube. Ooh, this one's a little sticky. Oh yeah, look at that. So this one needs a little bit more of a thorough cleaning. I'll let that rest there. I'm gonna go get some cotton swabs. All right. Let's clean this little guy out. See, there's just all this gunk on here. Try some Freol. Oh yeah, that's working. Let's try the brush too. Let's try and get all this dirt out of here. Here, this will be easier. Okay, so that's one. And blow that out. All right, I think that's much improved. This one, yeah, this one's got a bunch of grease, but it's overall much better. Yeah, that's really good. And this one was the free one. Looks like I'm also eating through my gloves here already. Oh, there's that little pinch. Rub some dirt in it, I guess. Jeez. Now, let's spray these holes. See, that's coming pretty clean. Got our little boot here. Got to clean out. And we've got some brake grease we can use here. And take our clips. Alright, we're making a mess now. So that moves good. That moves good. Okay. So come back here. Put our top bolt in. And our bottom. Get our 15. I think that's the right direction. That's good and tight. Looks like we got a little bit of grease on our rotor here. Just need to get into our pads. So, just need to stick these guys in here. So we've got our pads in. All right. Let's see if this clamp will work. All right, looks like it is. So let's get some grease. Let's get our nuts. Well, I guess these are bolts, I guess. Is that gonna thread in? There we go. And then we need our 14 millimeter. Wait, that's the wrong way. Now, we need to remove our banjo. Because we are going to be replacing these lines. Let's come over here just to confirm this is all copacetic. It is. Okay. Probably go like that, something like that. This is different. No. Will it still work? No, it won't. It needs a 90 here. Pretty sure. Yeah, this will not fit. Damn it, I should have paid more attention. Let's put this back on really quick so it doesn't all leak out. Alright, well, I am going to get on my phone here and look and see if I can find the right part. So, looks like I got the wrong part. So this is what I ordered online. I went and picked it up, but that looks like my brake hose in the truck, but the one outside does not. And there is, you know, again, this 90 and this banjo bolt fitting. There's this other one Like this is the one that I got right here. Or this one of these. So, correct, incorrect. Okay, so interesting situation here. So we have my part number here on the brake lines, 381157. We have this brake hose, 381157. This is correct, I can tell just by looking at it. That's all good. Got a 90 here, that fitting there. This is the bag for this line, and this is not correct. This is some other kind of hose. So they pulled the right part number based on what it said. The part on the inside is not correct, so there must have been some sort of mix-up or something on the parts here. So I have a new part on order. I've got to go pick it up. I did kind of rip this bag open when I didn't need to, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to just open this one and swap it around. It'll be okay. So we'll get this sorted out at the parts store. All right. We've figured out our mess. Let's see what will fit. That's too big. Don't tell me this is a 10. Nope, it's an 11. So that brake line in there is twisting. So let's remove this bracket. Something's going on with this. Let's take this brake hose off here. Getting a collection of wrenches. Let's undo this here. Let's see if we can get this off this bracket. Oof. Yeah, this is pretty stuck. Okay, so that comes off, and then these are like rust welded together. That's starting to come loose. There we go. So okay. Okay, I think that's good. click down. So let's bring in our bracket. Put that in place. And I think that's good. Okay. Now, just need to put this back. And I believe that was a 15. Now let's spray this down. I think that's about it for this side. And I'm going to gravity bleed this, so I'm not going to worry about that right now, but I think that'll wrap this side up. Now, all we have to do is start thinking about going and getting our part with the correct brake line. So I think this side is pretty much wrapped up. And oh, haha, we've got to do this. All right, I think that's about it. We'll do some degreasing. All right, we are back here. We took a trip to the parts store. Should probably check our reservoir. It is a little bit low. Let's just top this off. All right. This one's pretty stubborn. There we go. Oh, that cracked. And that one. Oh, that's just coming out with the fingers. Okay. Now we need to do this 15s. Let's get a little bit of a longer one. Well, that one's a little stubborn. We're going to try a different tactic. All right. So I've got a non-ratcheting wrench here. And I wouldn't advise doing that with a ratcheting wrench, but this should be good. Now, we'll get this other bolt. I'm gonna go just like that. And these pads are also pretty cooked. Pretty thin, but pretty even at least. And these rotors look pretty good still. Just need to clean these off. Looks like we got some kind of crusties on here. That one seems to move. And this one seems to move. There's a little bit of rust in there, so we'll need to clean these up. We'll kind of do what we did before. Cleaning up these pins, I think, is probably the most important part that I think gets overlooked a lot when doing a brake job. I think it's really important that you clean these up. This one's pretty okay, but this one's dirty. What I'm going to do is I'm going to stick it in this hole, and we're just going to let it sit. Just got to make sure all this dirt is out of here. That's relatively clean. See, this one has a ton of rust. Just debris and junk in there. And this pin, it's been sitting a while and not brake clean, so it should start coming clean. And it looks like this one's going to need a little more brushing. I'm going to take our brake hardware. All right, now okay, got one in. Okay, so those are good. Now we can turn our attention to this. Got a bunch of brake fluid coming out of the master. That's okay. That doesn't bother us. Okay. Now we're ready for pads. Hey, what's up?
Oh, hi. Kelly's in my yard.
Oh.
I might want to get her before she wandered any further.
Yeah. Alright, looks like my dog was a little escape artist and got out of the yard somehow. But we're back, so. Got the other. Now we just need to bolt our caliper up. Let's see if we can find the hole. Just need to snug that up. Snug that up. We've got our line here we need to undo. And that is some very black fluid there. Got an 11 millimeter for this line here. And then we need a 10 millimeter for this nut here, or this bolt. Oh boy, that one is stubborn. This is fighting every step of the way. Okay. Stick that up on the frame. All right. All right, looks like this one's going to be a little bit easier than the passenger side. The other side, this brake fitting nut was stuck. Like it wasn't rotating off the actual line itself. But looks like we're in luck here. But man, this is hard. Probably in actuality, this is like an 11.5 with all the rust on it. But we're starting to knock it off. And it's starting to get easier. To rotate. All right. So there we go. Our bad line is off. We got our correct line over at the auto parts store. But I'm going to need a pair of pliers to get this installed. Our old brake line, I think we did this by using the pliers. Because we need to get it removed from this bracket if we can. Oof. Gotta be careful. Just banged it against the cement a couple times. See if we can knock this loose. Man, this side is stubborn. I don't remember the other side being like this. Oh boy. There we go. Man, what a pain. Just using a little bit of brake fluid as some thread lube. I think we can put this back. Okay. So we're good there. Now this thing needs to come off. I think that's gonna work. Yep. Okay. I ripped my gloves, so I'm going to switch those out. Alright. Let's check how we're doing on brake fluid. We're a little bit low again. So we'll top that off. Alright. And let's get back to this. Gotta say, it's real misery screwing in some 1/4 turn at a time. Can probably put this ring in. And that probably goes like that. Okay. So, got that. Got this. Oh wait, haha. I'm being dumb. Got this backwards. I think that's it. What a mess. I don't know about you, but I'm curious to see how pinched off these lines were. See if I can cut through it with the pliers. Let's try another tool. All right, that wasn't too bad. I was expecting a lot worse. All right. That one wasn't too bad either. But I do know there was a bunch of black stuff in there, so there's probably some degradation going on. And these fittings are getting pretty rusty too. So I do not feel bad about replacing these at all. There's where we're at. All right. Now, what we need to do is bleed. So we're going to loosen this bleeder here. Is that a 9? It's probably a 1/4 inch. Let's try a 5/16. Nope. Let's try 3/8. There we go. So that's cracked open. We'll let that bleed out a little bit. Getting a decent flow. We'll check our reservoir. And it could definitely use a top off. So we'll let that leak out a while. While that's bleeding out, let's take a minute and let's talk about this ratchet set. I really like it so far. No issues. The open-ended parts of the wrenches grip really well. They seem like they're really nice and tight. The ratcheting mechanisms are really smooth and seem to work really well. One thing you'll see is it does tell you the direction of like tightening or loosening on the front of the wrench here. There's this little mark there. The only thing that I would complain about is actually to do with this 24mm. It doesn't really clip into the carrier, like it falls out really easy. So again, kind of a minor complaint, but you know, they give you a carry handle to carry this around like that, but you can't really do that with this big wrench because it just falls out. Only complaint there, you can't take your 24mm with you, at least I can't. But all these other wrenches, really nice. I have had some ratcheting wrenches before. Yeah, I want to say they were either Husky or Craftsman. They're definitely better than those. Now, it's been about 10 years since I've had those, because they were actually stolen out of a vehicle of mine once. From what I remember, these are nicer. You know, like probably one you're going to end up using a lot is this 14. And just the ratcheting mechanism is really good. There's not a whole lot of slop. There's maybe a couple of degrees before it clicks. So, you know, you're able to really get good progress with a little bit of space on these. They grab really well and all that. I did not get the flex head ones. I just got the straight ones. The flex heads are a lot more expensive, but these worked fine for me for today. The only time I really had to use a socket today was on the bleeders because, you know, who knew it was a 3/8 and not a 10mm. So I would recommend this set. I also use these Husky ones for non-ratcheting. I like these okay. You know, they do the job, and you can get them like easy, cheap over at Home Depot. But these are nice. I really like these. So I would recommend them. If I had a chance to buy them again, I would. I paid like $99 for these. They were on sale. They might still be on sale. And what I'll do is I'll put an affiliate link in the video description to these if you want to pick them up. Again, I think they do good for the price. So the one thing I do remember seeing these on is like Project Farm Channel on YouTube, and I think they were pretty well reviewed there, and that's why I got them. That was quite a while ago, but it's probably been a year since that video dropped, and you know, they're still making quality tools. So I would recommend it if you want to go and pick them up. All right, we are still gravity bleeding here. Let's go check on our reservoir. And yep, it's fallen quite a bit again. So I'm going to top this off before it gets too low. And yeah, as you can see there, the fluid is still pretty dark. So we're going to let this go a little while longer and then come back to it. So in the meantime, I'm going to just do some cleanup. Oh, and I figured we can probably bleed this side at the same time. Let's crack that loose and see. Yep, there it goes. All right, that will speed up the process. So we've got our fluid there, and like I said, we'll come back once this is looking a little bit more clear. All right, we are running out of daylight here. So rather than spending a bunch of more time gravity bleeding this, I am force bleeding it. So I've got my little bleeder bottle I dug out, and this is just some hose, and you can see there's a bunch of air bubbles and stuff coming out. So what we're gonna do is keep flushing this. So I'm gonna go in and pump the brakes, and we should see fluid flow back into this bottle, push more air out, and get this done a whole lot faster and all that. So all right, so I'm gonna leave you there, and I'm gonna go back, top off some more fluid, and we're gonna pump the brakes some more. All right, well, our line still has a couple little bubbles in it. We're getting some dirty fluid out. So let me set you back there. Yeah, look, there's even more bubbles coming out. Just all on its own. Yeah, we've still got bubbles coming out. Let's tighten that up a little bit. All right, let's try the pedal now. Our reservoir is starting to get clearer, so that's good. The only hard part is I'm running out of fluid. Okay, that's firmed up a little bit. So let's take this off, tighten that down. Then let's come over here, crack that loose, stick the hose on, And let's see how that turns out. Still pretty firm. I wonder if I didn't crack the bleeder enough. Let's go see if we have fluid in the hose. There's a little bit, but I think perhaps that bleeder is not cracked enough. Let's give it another quarter turn. Yeah, there's fluid coming out now, so let's try that. Oh yeah, that's definitely sinking down. Okay, 3 pumps, and we're definitely getting fluid out. We're getting fluid through here. Again, I'm running low on fluid here. What I suspect was going on is there was a little bit of back bleeding of air through the fitting because maybe it was too loose. All right, we're looking good there. Let's top this off. Because we are almost out. Might only have 1 pump or 2 pumps. Yeah. That's it for fluid. So let's come in here. 1, 2. Let's put the cap on. And then we'll come down here and very quickly tighten. Okay. So we got a lot of black fluid out. So that should be tight over there. Let's double check this one. Yep. Let's put our protector on. Our protector on this side. I'll do a little clean up here. Let's clear our tools. Let's make sure we've got oil. Looks good. Maybe a little over full, but I don't care. Now, let's see if we can get a firm pedal. Oh yeah. All right. Now, we need to write down our mileage. 175. Kind of soft. Yeah, and there's enough in there. I think it just needs a full system bleed. But I think for now we will probably call this good. Again, we used our new wrench set, which was good. We got a lot done as far as brake lines and shocks and oil change and all that kind of stuff all at once. So I think we'll be good for now. There's probably going to be another video where we do some more brake line bleeding. I'm I definitely need to get a 3/8 inch wrench. I couldn't find one right away, so that'll fit better on our bleeders and make sure that we can bleed the system a little bit better this time. So that's it for now. If you like the video, subscribe, and you're going to see a whole bunch more of this and that and maybe this on the channel, plus just other random DIY stuff I'm doing. So thanks for tuning in, and see you later. Bye.